Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today's October 23rd, 2024, and we've got a lot to cover when it comes to the stock market. We'll go over today's big movers, what we learned from earnings reports, and of course, our forecast for tomorrow's trading session. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, and if you find this breakdown helpful, give it a thumbs up. Let's jump right into it. Starting with the major indices, it was a mixed day across the board. The Dow Jones dipped by 0.3%, mostly weighed down by a few underperforming blue-chip stocks. Meanwhile, the S&P 500 stayed flat, with tech and energy stocks balancing each other out. The Nasdaq managed to edge up by 0.4%, thanks to some strong performances in the semiconductor space. But let's talk about individual stocks for a second. Microsoft delivered its Q1 earnings report after the bell, and the numbers were solid, better than most analysts expected. Revenue growth from its cloud segment, Azure, played a huge role, and that sent the stock up about 3% in after-hours trading. This is definitely something to watch for tomorrow. Tesla, on the other hand, had a tougher day. The company is facing more pressure from the electric vehicle competition, and it showed in their guidance for Q4. Shares fell 2.5% on the day, which dragged down the Nasdaq earlier in the session, but the outlook for Tesla isn't all doom and gloom. Elon Musk teased a new product announcement for later this year that could be a potential game changer, so the stock could rebound quickly. Energy stocks were another hot topic today. With oil prices creeping back above $90 a barrel, companies like ExxonMobil and Chevron had a good day, rising 2% and 1.8%, respectively. As we head into the colder months, energy demand is expected to rise, which could keep the sector strong for the remainder of the year. On the flip side, we're seeing some cracks in the retail sector. With high inflation still squeezing consumers, companies like Target and Walmart have lowered their sales forecasts for Q4. Investors are cautious, and both stocks saw a minor dip today, Target down 1%, Walmart down 0.5%. This sector could struggle into the holiday season if inflation remains a factor. Now, what's in store for tomorrow? There are a few key things to keep an eye on. First, let's talk about the economic calendar. We've got a new jobless claims report coming out, which could give us more insight into how the labor market is holding up. Expectations are that claims will come in around 210,000. If it's higher than that, we could see some market volatility, especially in consumer and financial stocks. On the flip side, a lower number could give markets a boost. Then there's the Federal Reserve. While no major announcements are expected tomorrow, investors are still hyper-focused on what the Fed might do next in terms of interest rates. There's been a lot of speculation about another rate hike before the year ends. If there's any hint of that in tomorrow's Fed statements, we could see a pullback in growth stocks, particularly in tech. Here are a few stocks you might want to keep an eye on for tomorrow's session. Microsoft, MSFT, after that strong earnings report, the stock could see more buying momentum. Nvidia, NVDA, with the chipmakers set to report earnings next week, there's been a lot of bullish sentiment building. Watch for any pre-earnings run-up. Chevron, CVX, with energy stocks gaining steam, Chevron could continue to benefit from rising oil prices. Amazon, AMZN, the retail giant has been consolidating lately, but any movement in the retail sector could spark a shift here. Their Q3 earnings are coming up soon, so investors are gearing up. That's going to do it for today's stock market recap and forecast. Tomorrow could be a bit of a roller coaster with the jobless claims report and any possible Fed statements. If you're trading, be sure to watch how the market reacts in the first hour. It's usually a good indicator of what to expect for the rest of the session. Make sure to subscribe for more daily stock market updates, and drop a comment below. What stocks are you watching right now? Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.